What's up, everybody? Welcome to another amazing video inside the media cabinet. Today I got a small little media unboxing for you guys, and in retrospect, when I say small, boy do I mean it. Got two video games and one amazing 4K to unbox for you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the unboxing. So first is going to be from a studio that I've never really purchased any 4Ks from before. When it comes to buying a 4K movie, I'm always doing just a regular 4K slipcover with the standard black case, or of course, always going to be a steelbook. Or either that, it's going to come from um, either Shout Factory, Scream Factory, or Arrow Video. I've never really dived into any of the Vinegar Syndrome, and I know that that's another place where a lot of people find some really cool and unique movies and 4Ks and Blu-rays and everything, but I've never really dived into any of those. But there is one studio that I've always wanted, to find some rare 4Ks on the occurrence that there's ones that I enjoy. And it just so happened that Barnes and Noble, who is a big proprietor of these collections, was having a big sale recently. And I saw an opportunity to, there was one movie in particular that I really wanted to have on 4K, and I was looking at it and everything, and I said, you know what? Shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Now there has been some other amazing movies that I have been wanting to get from this collection, and I'll dive into that. But first, I gotta say what the collection is, and that's the Criterion collection. I've seen a lot of people on Media Unboxing YouTube that have gotten these in their 4K hauls and everything, and there's never been ones that I've been wanting to like jump at. There are some that I'm really interested in. There's a really cool one from with Wally, and a really really unique one for Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And at one point, I'll get it if there's another great sale. But it's just not one of those movies that I need to like get right now, or I would have gotten with the sale. If Barnes and Noble does another one, you know what? Why not? But the particular 4K that I have to unbox for you guys tonight is it's in that category of just fun, campy, high school teen comedies. And I think there's one name that pops up when you think of those types of movies. That being the one great John Hughes, known for making some of the greatest campy teen movies like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Pretty in Pink, Weird Science, and 16 Candles. And Fast Times at Ridgemont High, if that was a John Hughes. I probably got that confused. But I think there's one movie that pops up or comes up the most when talking about John Hughes. And that movie in particular is The Breakfast Club. I feel like you can't talk about John Hughes without bringing up The Breakfast Club. You know, a complete group of strangers put together by fate itself, not fate, but an unexpected reason. And in the end of it, they find out about each other and everything, and they end up becoming friends just because of one occurrence in the tension. I think the movie is filled with a lot of great quotes, a lot of great moments. It's fun from start to finish, and I have this on Blu-ray. And this has been one that I've been, wanting to get on 4K for a while, and I just think it's a great John Hughes movie. I have Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Weird Science on 4K, so I was really happy to add Breakfast Club to 4K, and of course being my first Criterion collection. So let's go ahead and open it and see what we got inside. So of course we got the wonderful disc itself cover, which is the case, which is a clear case, and it's got a beautiful version of the poster on the front, and you got all the characters. On the back, it explains about the movie, and what is inside. So this comes with a 4K, a Blu-ray. It also includes special features. Um, and there's a little information about Criterion Collection for those of you that haven't collected them before. The Criterion Collection is dedicated to gathering the greatest films from around the world and publishing them in editions of the highest technical quality with supplemental features that enhance the appreciation of the art of film. Visit us at criterion.com. So, in the lot of Criterion Collection, this is number 905. I always enjoy scrolling through YouTube and seeing different celebrities visit the Criterion Closet and pick out some Criterion picks. Most recently, you could see David Tennant inside the Criterion Closet picking out a collection of movies. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe to Criterion's YouTube channel to see different celebrities enter the Criterion Closet to pick out some favorites of theirs that they take home and enjoy and reminisce. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and open up the Breakfast Club and let's see what we got inside. So opening it up right away, I really like the presentation on the inside of the case. And I'm going to go ahead and take out everything. So we got this amazing little booklet that says the brain, the athlete, the basket case, the princess, and the criminal. And at the bottom, there's a BC insignia. Looking at this is making me think of a Arrow video release where they always put out little stuff that comes inside of it, including a nice little booklet. It's making me want to start getting more of these, and I actually have another one pre-ordered on Amazon for K-pop Demon Hunters, so I'm very excited for wherever that comes. So on the inside, there is some booklets and everything. I think it's primarily connected with John Hughes. So you can see Ferris Bueller, Weird Science, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, that's about it that I'm seeing here. Weird Science, Source Music. So it's all dedicated to John Hughes and everything. And inside you have the cast, a picture of the cast, if you want to pause and read every single one of it. Some credits. And then there's a little writing. It's called Smells Like Teen Realness by a person named David Camp. And then there's a book that says Mead Detention 5-Subject Index Notebook, all that jazz. And so there's a really cool article, and it opens up with this. You see us as a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a criminal, correct? The first spoken passage in The Breakfast Club, heard in voiceover in a recreation by Anthony Michael Hall's character Brian Johnson of the letter he has composed on behalf of his fellow Saturday detainees at Shamar High School, as the barbed correct indicates that some defiance in this tidy taxonomy of teendom, a middle finger to the letter's recipient, Mr. Vernon, Paul Gleason, the cloddish, unfeeling grown-up who holds the group captive throughout the film. How dare he define us kids with such simplistic, reductive labels? So, I'm not going to go ahead and read the whole article, but I'll go ahead and flip the pages if you want to pause the video and read it. There's some really cool behind-the-scene pictures, including like some notes and everything, film notes. So I love this movie so much, and I even love when Victorious did a parody of it and called it the Breakfast Bunch. So this is a good feel good movie that you like to pop in on a Saturday or a Sunday and watch it and everything. And again, I really do like I like John Hughes movies. I mean, again, I just mentioned two of them that I have also on 4K. Weird Science is another great one with Anthony Michael Hall, and also Ferris Bueller's Day Off with Matthew Broderick. So, also really cool in here. It does, like an Arrow video release, it does talk about the remaster. The Breakfast Club is presented in the aspect ratio of 1.851. This new 4K restoration was created from the 35mm original camera negative. A 35mm print provided by Universal Pictures was used as a reference. The original monaural soundtrack was remastered from the 35mm magnetic DME track. The feature is presented in Dolby Vision HDR on the 4K Ultra HD disc and high definition SDR standard dynamic range on the Blu-ray. It talks about who supervised the mastering, the colorist, the image restoration, audio restoration, and disc mastering. It also talks with some special thanks and everything, acknowledgments, and production credits. Yeah. So, and then we got the disc themselves, which I'm also noticing that there's a giant C that's like faded on each of the discs, and I think that is really cool. So we have the 4K right here. And then we got the Blu-ray with the iconic locker. And people know what is in that locker. And then here is a really cool picture on the inside of the case of them sitting in the library where they are being held captive with their detention. Wouldn't it be cool if they went back and did like a prequel movie? Like showing, or in the special features, it would be nice if there was like deleted scenes that showed how and why they ended up in detention, even though they talk about it in the movie and everything. So, there you go, my very first Criterion, and I'm really happy that I picked The Breakfast Club as my first Criterion. Alright, and next is going to be the two video games that released. One released yesterday, one released today, and I work at Best Buy, and my store only had one copy. But I'm gonna get to that one last. The first one is, when it came out, it was considered hands down the best of the best in the franchise, even though there's no game like the original. There were some things that need to be tweaked, and there were some things that need to be fixed. And we went from, all the way back from, the revolution and everything, the Industrial Revolution, to becoming, one of the greatest games in the franchise and living out the greatest, style of lifestyle, being a pirate. And that is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. When the news about this dropped, me, amongst many different Assassin's Creed fans, were very, very happy to see that this game was getting a remaster. There's a bunch of things that are different about this. This isn't just the same game that was released all those years ago. This game is completely remastered from the ground up, with brand new visuals that are absolutely stunning, and also brand new combat system as well. I have the game right now in my PlayStation, so there really is no need for me to really open up the case. And I was just looking on the inside to see if there was anything inside. There was a redemption code for a I think it was Blackbeard's Crimson jacket and also his sword. So that's the only other thing that was in there. But as much as this case is really cool, I'm probably going to cut this picture and put it in the actual case that I got for this game. Because I pre-ordered it through GameStop, they included a pre-order bonus of a really cool, unique steelbook. It's a very minimalistic steelbook. It's not like the one that you get with the collector's edition. Unfortunately, I did try to pre-order the collector's edition, but at the time that I went to go make my pre-order for the collector's edition at GameStop, every scalper and their brother and sister on the dark web had already eaten it up, and they had all sold out. So unfortunately, I was not able to secure a version of the collector's edition for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's okay. I did, I wanted the statue and everything. There was a replica of the logbook and the sea shanty and everything. But it's okay. I'm at least happy that I got a steelbook out of it. So yeah, it's again very simple. Not a lot going on. You got the title on the spine, and it says Resynced right there. And on the back, there's not really much going on. If you open it up fully, again, not much. But you go and turn it around. There's some nice, beautiful artwork. And like I said, I got the disc in my PlayStation 5 because I started playing it last night. And again, I think it's really good. The graphics are so fluid and so beautiful. Next, this is the last unboxing for this video. This game was highly, I would say people were really looking forward to this game, and people have been playing it right now due to the fact that it is on digital, but with everything going on right now with PlayStation, who would really want to buy anything digital? Wink, wink. I decided to wait until it came out on physical. One, due to the fact that I got a really nice discount at work, and because it's one of those games that I want to hold on forever and continue playing, and not have a digital license tell me what to do with it. I've seen concept art when this game was first being produced and made and everything. And at first, I wasn't really going to get it for my PlayStation 5. I was going to get it for my Nintendo Switch. But then after doing some research, realizing that the game was going to have adaptive triggers and the haptic feedback, I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and get it. And the fact that Troy Baker is in it, who is known for being, Joel from The Last of Us, and of course, recently, taking the fedora and the helm of Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. We have Mouse P.I. for Hire. Now, there was a really cool edition that came out with this. I think it was called the Mouseburg edition. It came with a little 7-inch vinyl that had like 4 songs on it from the soundtrack. It also came with a book, a poster, and it also came with some collectible baseball cards, which kind of acts as your collectibles in the game. I've seen some gameplay, and I can't wait to dive into this. I'm so excited to play it. So on the back it says, "Welcome to Mouseburg, a city of secrets. Join private investigator Jack Pepper on a guns-blazing, jazz-fueled adventure in Mouse P.I. for Hire. Mouse P.I. for Hire combines the charm of hand-drawn rubber hose animation inspired by the classic cartoons of the 1930s with the adrenaline and action of an explosive first-person shooter. It's a 20 gigabyte minimum game. It features vibration function and trigger effects supported, and it's from Fumi Games and Playside. It is rated T for teen for violence, blood, and mild language. So let's go ahead and pop it open. Like I said at the time of this recording, my store only had one copy, and this is the one copy. There's no stuff inside, like a digital code to add anything. That's okay. Not much really on the artwork, just a nice black monochrome background on the disc with Mouse PI for Hire at the top. You do get a really cool image of Jack Pepper off to the left-hand side of the case. And let's see if there's... Nope, nothing behind the disc. So, that's a little bit upsetting. I would have maybe liked to see some, like, really artwork, like maybe, like, a case file or something, or, like, an old, like, CD. But this is okay. Again, I think the real fun, anyway, is when it comes to playing the game itself. So, well, there you have it, folks. That's going to do it for this little video. We unboxed my first Criterion collection featuring The Breakfast Club, and I also showed off Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, and I just unboxed Mouse PI for Hire. With all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to showing you amazing more pieces of media that are coming out soon inside the media cabinet. Bye for now, guys.